Stop your whining.
They'll run on first down. Swift. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We got 4. We got 4.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. There he goes, right side. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Bell, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Le'Veon Bell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Run up. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Bring it. Hey, 41 Mike. Pick it up.
Throwing is Wilson. Just keeping the play alive. Incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, 0.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And now running right through it. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try the left side. Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Check it backer, check it backer.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang. One left.
Check the call, check the call.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room. There's got to be one.
Here we go. A very solid gain of 27.
27 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
From the gun, Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And bulldozing through multiple tackles. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
318! 54! I got one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
No. 58! Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got it. Right. Watch twist.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 on the Seahawks 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got you, Pop.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
26.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Rodgers now. After the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Hey. It's outfield. Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Mike 41. Mike 40. Don't get hurt.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
You got nothing. 53, Mike.
Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They almost gave it right back to him there with another interception of their own. And to be honest, he probably should have caught that and picked it off.
And he knows it. And he'll see it in film, and he'll see it in his dreams tonight when it's all said and done. But you almost felt like the excitement had been ramped up, and they were trying to get a big play right after that one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Got it! 158! Check, watch 54, watch 54. All you get is a headache! All you get is a headache! Check side. 158.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Blitz coming here for Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that's complete to Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This will be fielded at the 8th. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Alert. Go. What you got, Abby? Give me some. Here we go.
Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Wilson now. Gonna throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Jim. Look left. 14, find it.
41 Mike. In your face.
After the interception, here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down, Seahawks.
Now Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Who's 15?
53, Mike. Watch the pass. Watch it. Check 9.
19. Tempo,
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Packers 14, Seahawks 9.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
54. You don't want none, baby.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Packers first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Blue 58.
On first down, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Teammate.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That's complete. It's Bell. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
No. 158. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. 159. Mike 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Gun. Hey, switch gears.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, it's caught. Lockett. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Seahawks 1st down.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Seahawks.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
Strip that ball. Watch it.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
49. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Michael Kendricks in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Mike 41, Mike 41. Here we go. Back. 14. Alert.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, he gets this one to Johnson. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wilson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Check 3.
No. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's at the 50. 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Tavecchio to add the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Wilson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Let's go double count right here. Double count. 53. Check time. Good. Check time.
He's back to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
0-0. Got it.
Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert. One left. Check 53.
Here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
1st down, Seahawks.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Zebra.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Wilson's pass intercepted.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Packers, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A.